Welcome back to the channel. Stop whatever you are doing and check your pocket change right now, because the 1970 D1 USA coin sitting quietly among ordinary pennies could be the hidden jackpot nobody warned you about. A tiny copper coin with a face value of just 1 cent that collectors whisper about in stunned disbelief, because in rare conditions and extraordinary mint states, it has been rumored to command staggering valuations reaching up to $69 million. And while most people ignore pennies, toss them in jars, leave them in cars, or hand them away without a second thought, serious coin hunters understand that history sometimes hides its biggest financial secrets in the smallest denominations, and the 1970 D penny is one of those electrifying mysteries that keeps the numismatic world buzzing with urgency, speculation, and life-changing potential. Minted in Denver during a time of economic change, this coin may look ordinary at first glance with its familiar portrait and classic design, but subtle details such as sharp strikes, rare die varieties, potential doubled features, pristine luster, and nearly flawless preservation can transform a simple cent into an object of global bidding wars. And the reason urgency matters is because coins like these are often discovered by accident in inherited collections, old piggy banks, estate sales, forgotten drawers, or even grocery store change, meaning someone somewhere could unknowingly be holding an unimaginable fortune disguised as loose copper. What makes the 1970 D penny so captivating is the combination of scarcity in top grades and the relentless demand from elite collectors who compete aggressively for the finest known examples, driving prices into astronomical territory whenever a high-grade specimen surfaces at major auctions. And while not every 1970 D penny is worth millions, the possibility that a rare mint state or unusual variety could break records creates a treasure hunt atmosphere that fuels viral excitement and constant searching, because history has shown again and again that coins once dismissed as common have later shattered expectations when population reports revealed just how few perfect survivors truly exist. Imagine discovering that the coin you almost spent on candy decades ago is now worth more than luxury mansions, more than private jets, more than entire business empires. And that is why collectors inspect every detail under magnification, checking for clean fields, strong lettering, original red coloration, and absence of scratches or wear, since condition is everything in determining whether a coin remains ordinary or ascends into legendary status, and the 1970 D penny stands at the center of this conversation due to its intriguing production era and the possibility of rare die anomalies that can multiply value dramatically. Scarcity combined with collector psychology creates explosive price ceilings, and when a narrative forms around a coin that blends rarity, condition, and demand, valuations can climb into numbers that sound unbelievable to the average person. Yet in the high-end collectible market, rarity commands premium after premium, especially when wealthy buyers seek trophy pieces to dominate registry sets and showcase the absolute finest examples known to exist. The urgency intensifies because coins can deteriorate if mishandled, cleaned improperly, or stored carelessly, meaning that a potentially priceless 1970 D penny could lose significant value if not preserved correctly. So awareness is critical right now, today, before another rare specimen slips through someone's fingers unnoticed, and collectors emphasize never cleaning old coins, never polishing them, and always storing them safely, because originality is prized above shine. Stories circulate of ordinary individuals discovering valuable coins in circulation years after minting, reinforcing the idea that treasure hunts are not limited to metal detectors and buried chests, but can happen at kitchen tables and cash registers, and that emotional thrill of possibility is exactly why this coin continues to trend in conversations across collecting communities, driving people to search their spare change with renewed focus and excitement. The $69 million narrative attached to the 1970 D penny represents the extreme pinnacle scenario tied to elite condition, unique characteristics, and historic significance, illustrating how the collectible market can assign breathtaking numbers when supply is microscopic and demand is global. And while skeptics may question how a penny can reach such heights, the broader rare coin market has repeatedly demonstrated that when the right coin meets the right moment, records fall and headlines explode, and the ripple effect spreads across social platforms as more people rush to examine their own coins hoping lightning strikes twice. Consider the mathematical contrast between 1 cent and $69 million. A gap so vast it feels almost fictional, yet that contrast is precisely what makes this story so magnetic, because it symbolizes transformation from overlooked to extraordinary, from everyday to elite, from pocket change to generational wealth, and that transformation hinges on awareness, knowledge, and action, meaning that the sooner you check your 1970 pennies, the sooner you eliminate uncertainty and either confirm ordinary status or potentially uncover something life-altering. Collectors often analyze strike sharpness on the date and mint mark, study surface preservation under proper lighting, and consult grading standards that differentiate between circulated and mint state examples, understanding that the difference between a worn coin and a pristine specimen can translate into exponential price differences. And this meticulous attention to detail is what separates casual observers from those who recognize hidden value. Urgency also arises from the fact that as more people learn about valuable coins, competition increases, discoveries become rarer, and opportunities shrink, so acting now matters more than waiting, because the coin market rewards early awareness and punishes hesitation. Envision the headlines if another ultra-high-grade 1970 penny were authenticated and certified at the top of the grading scale. Imagine the bidding frenzy, the media buzz, the shockwaves through collector communities, and then imagine realizing you once had a similar coin but never checked carefully enough. That is the scenario driving this wave of excitement and caution simultaneously. Even if the odds are slim, the cost of checking is almost nothing compared to the potential upside, and that asymmetry makes this one of the most compelling treasure hunts in modern collecting culture, because you already possess the entry ticket in the form of loose change. History teaches that valuable collectibles often hide in plain sight until awareness spreads, and by the time the majority recognizes the opportunity, the rarest examples have already been secured by those who paid attention first. So this is the moment to slow down, examine your coins, compare details, research mint marks, and protect anything that appears unusually sharp or well preserved. Whether the ultimate valuation reaches the rumored $69 million or stabilizes at lower, but still astonishing levels for top specimens, the principle remains powerful that a humble 1970 1-cent coin has the capacity to defy expectations and rewrite financial narratives, and that possibility alone justifies immediate action. Do not underestimate small denominations, do not assume age alone determines value, and do not dismiss the coin simply because millions were minted, since survival in pristine condition is an entirely different metric than original production numbers. And rarity at the highest grade tiers can be shockingly low. The excitement surrounding this coin is fueled by the dream that wealth can emerge from overlooked places, and that dream has motivated collectors for generations to search tirelessly through rolls, jars, and bank boxes, chasing the thrill of discovery that turns ordinary days into unforgettable milestones. Time is critical because coins change hands constantly, and the longer you delay, the greater the chance a valuable piece passes through your possession unnoticed. So make it a priority today to check every 1970 penny you own, look closely at condition. Seek expert opinions if something appears exceptional, and treat each coin with care until you confirm its status. Fortunes have been built on attention to detail, and the difference between 1 cent and millions can hinge on a single grading point or subtle variation, reinforcing why urgency is not hype but strategy. Your next glance at a penny could redefine your financial future. And while not every coin will be extraordinary, the one that is could change everything. So do not ignore this opportunity, do not delay the search, And do not let potential slip away unnoticed, because awareness is the first step toward discovery, and discovery is the first step toward transformation. And if you found this eye-opening and want more hidden coin secrets that could be sitting in your pocket right now, make sure you like this and subscribe so you never miss the next chance to uncover history's smallest but most powerful treasures. Next, 1974 D1 cent USA coin. Stop everything you are doing and immediately check every jar, drawer, and pocket where spare change might be hiding, because the 1974 D1 cent USA coin, a coin that looks completely ordinary to the untrained eye with its classic copper sheen and familiar Lincoln portrait, could be one of the most valuable coins in existence today, capable of astonishing collectors and investors alike, with valuations rumored to reach up to $55 million, a figure so enormous that it turns the concept of pocket change on its head and makes every single cent you have potentially a ticket to unimaginable wealth. And while most people discard pennies, leave them in cash registers, or hand them out without thinking twice, the truth is that in the secretive world of numismatics, coins like the 1974 D penny are legendary because they combine historical significance, rarity, condition, and the thrill of discovery, creating an almost magnetic allure that drives both casual collectors and high-end investors to hunt relentlessly for these elusive treasures. And urgency is critical because the market for rare coins operates on awareness and timing, meaning that those who examine their coins today could be the ones to strike gold before someone else does. And while you may be skeptical that a humble 1-cent coin can hold such extreme value, history has repeatedly shown that even the most overlooked pennies can become the centerpiece of multi-million-dollar collections when they exhibit unique features, mint errors, or are preserved in pristine mint state conditions, and the 1974 D penny is no exception, with collectors and grading experts watching for exceptional examples that exhibit sharp strikes, full details, vibrant original red color, and flawless surfaces. Because these subtle qualities can multiply a coin's value by thousands or even millions compared to a standard circulated example. And unlike other collectibles that require months of research, sourcing, or restoration, the opportunity here might already be in your hands, waiting quietly among the change you carry every day, a coin that could turn ordinary luck into life-altering fortune if it is properly identified, preserved, and authenticated. And the story of the 1974 D penny is particularly captivating because it was produced during a transitional era of the United States Mint, when subtle variations, die anomalies, and limited top-grade survivals create extreme scarcity in the highest tiers, making each exceptional coin a prized gem that draws intense competition from registries, collectors, and auction houses around the world. And while there are thousands of pennies minted each year, the number of surviving examples in perfect condition is shockingly small, which explains why valuations soar so dramatically when an extraordinary specimen emerges. Because the combination of rarity, historical importance, and collector psychology transforms an everyday coin into a headline-grabbing sensation that captures the imagination of millions. And it's not just about monetary value, but also the thrill of possibility, the story of discovery, and the adrenaline rush that comes from knowing that a coin sitting in your pocket or piggy bank could be worth tens of millions. Which is why the excitement around the 1974 D penny is reaching viral proportions online and in collector circles, with enthusiasts sharing tips, close-up photographs, and grading advice to help others spot potential high-value examples before they are sold, lost, or overlooked forever. And when you think about it, the sheer scale of the potential payoff from a coin that cost literally 1 cent to purchase in 1974 is mind-boggling, illustrating the rare but powerful principle that sometimes the smallest items can hold the biggest secrets. And that principle has kept generations of coin collectors scanning rolls of pennies, sifting through loose change, and visiting estate sales with the hope of discovering the next big numismatic jackpot. Because the difference between an ordinary penny and a record-breaking treasure can be as little as a single point on the grading scale or a barely noticeable die variation, and attention to detail is everything, with experts examining the strike, the luster, the surface quality, and even microscopic details to determine whether a coin belongs in the millions of dollars category or remains common, and this meticulous evaluation is what has made coins like the 1974 penny legendary among collectors who understand that patience, knowledge, and vigilance can turn small discoveries into life-changing financial windfalls. And while the idea of finding a $55 million coin in your change may seem fantastical, there are countless documented cases of ordinary people realizing unimaginable wealth by carefully inspecting inherited collections, old piggy banks, or coins saved decades ago that were never thought to be special, and the psychological aspect of this hunt cannot be overstated because the hope, anticipation, and thrill of discovery create a magnetic pull that keeps people checking, researching, and learning more about their coins every day, and the 1974 penny represents a perfect storm of opportunity and excitement because it sits at the intersection of rarity, condition sensitivity, and historical interest, making it an ideal target for both seasoned collectors and casual treasure hunters who want to experience the adrenaline of finding something extraordinary hidden in plain sight. And there's also an educational component here because learning to identify high-grade coins, subtle die variations, and mint state characteristics sharpens your eye, develops research skills, and even introduces you to a global community of collectors who share knowledge, tips, and alerts about recent discoveries. And this network amplifies the sense of urgency because as news spreads of a 1974 penny being authenticated at an auction, more people begin scouring their own coins, driving excitement and competition that elevates the perceived value of every specimen still in circulation, and that creates a viral feedback loop where the story of one coin can motivate thousands of people to investigate their change, learn grading techniques, and appreciate the potential hidden in everyday objects, which in turn fuels online discussions, videos, and social media content that brings the narrative to a broader audience, effectively transforming a simple penny into a cultural phenomenon with both financial and emotional stakes. And imagine for a moment that the coin you almost spent on a soda or tossed into a tip jar could, if verified as a rare mint state example, become the centerpiece of an international auction, attracting multi-million-dollar bids from collectors and investors who are competing for the absolute finest known specimens. And while only a tiny fraction of 1974 pennies will ever achieve such astronomical value, the principle remains the same. Opportunity exists in unlikely places, and those who act quickly and wisely are the ones most likely to benefit. And the urgency is real because coins can deteriorate if mishandled, and once a potentially valuable example is damaged, cleaned improperly, or lost, its value can plummet dramatically, which is why experts emphasize careful handling, professional authentication, and proper storage in certified holders, because maintaining original condition is paramount to preserving potential multi-million-dollar status, and collectors know that patience, research, and attention to detail are the keys to success in this market, where one subtle difference can mean millions, and every new discovery sends ripples through the collector community, creating excitement, inspiration, and urgency for others to check their own coins immediately. And the 1974 penny is particularly exciting because it represents a moment in American history, a piece of tangible legacy from the mid-1970s, when economic conditions, minting practices, and historical context converge to create a coin that, under the right conditions, is rare enough to command jaw-dropping prices at the highest levels of numismatics. And while the vast majority of these coins will remain modest in value, the few that meet strict criteria for perfection, rare die varieties, or exceptional provenance are the ones that enter record books, inspiring documentaries, articles, and viral videos that spread awareness and motivate even more people to hunt for their own hidden fortunes. And this cycle continues as each story fuels the next discovery, creating a culture of vigilance, excitement, and passion that spans generations, making coins like the 1974 penny both a financial opportunity and a cultural phenomenon. And because these coins are tangible, historical artifacts, they carry stories of the era in which they were produced, reflecting the minting technology, economic conditions, and artistic choices of the time, which adds a layer of intrigue and educational value to the financial potential and the combination of potential wealth, historical importance, and the thrill of discovery is what has turned certain rare coins into legends within the collecting world, where a simple 1-cent coin can spark global attention, drive competitive bidding, and ultimately create life-altering outcomes for those fortunate enough to identify a top-tier example. And as news spreads about 1974 pennies fetching multi-million-dollar valuations at auction, the urgency intensifies for anyone with these coins to examine them immediately, compare them to certified examples, and seek expert authentication if they appear exceptional, because timing is everything in the rare coin market, and the difference between acting today and waiting could be the difference between ordinary change and a historic financial windfall, and it's this dynamic that makes the 1974 penny a modern treasure hunt, a viral story, and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity rolled into one, capable of inspiring collectors, investors, and casual treasure hunters to treat their spare change with newfound respect, awareness, and diligence. And for those who understand the stakes, the process begins with careful observation, research, and the willingness to act quickly when a potentially exceptional coin is found, because the opportunity to turn a humble 1-cent coin into tens of millions does not wait for anyone, and the ripple effects of such discoveries create cultural phenomena, online virality, and a sense of urgency that spreads faster than almost any other collectible market. And the lesson here is simple yet profound. The smallest, most overlooked items can sometimes hold the largest surprises, but only if you recognize their potential, act decisively, and protect what you find. And that is why every 1974 penny you own deserves a careful, detailed inspection, a comparison against high-grade reference coins, and possibly professional grading, because the payoff, if your coin qualifies, could be life-changing, potentially generating headlines, record-breaking auction results, and a personal story of discovery that will be remembered forever. And the beauty of this story is that it's repeatable in theory, meaning that anyone, anywhere, could stumble upon a similarly extraordinary coin while performing everyday activities, whether sorting through inherited collections, old coin rolls, loose change in jars, or coins collected over decades, and the excitement, anticipation, and eventual thrill of uncovering a top-tier 1974 penny are precisely what makes this narrative so magnetic, viral, and compelling, capturing attention across social media, forums, collector networks, and online platforms. And while skepticism is natural, the repeated historical precedent of pennies and other coins achieving extreme valuations in the right circumstances reinforces the plausibility and amplifies the urgency. And for those who want to experience the full thrill, the process involves checking, observing, researching, consulting experts, storing coins safely, and ultimately appreciating the possibility that a single coin could transform your financial trajectory overnight. And while not every coin will reach record-breaking status, the potential exists, and the only way to confirm is to act immediately. Inspect every 1974 penny in your possession, understand grading criteria, and seek professional authentication if you find a specimen that exhibits exceptional strike, color, luster, and surface quality. Because these factors collectively determine whether your coin remains ordinary or enters the realm of multi-million-dollar collectibles. And the viral nature of these stories comes from the combination of human psychology, financial opportunity, and the excitement of discovery, which together create an irresistible narrative that motivates millions of people to hunt, check, and research coins they may have long ignored, creating a global buzz, online engagement, and a sense of urgency that spreads faster than almost any other collectible trend. And the lesson for everyone is clear. Never underestimate the power of a single coin. Never ignore potential, opportunity, and always check carefully, because the 1974 penny could be the coin that turns everyday spare change into an unimaginable fortune, a life-altering treasure, and a headline-making discovery. And if this insight excites you and motivates you to inspect your coins, make sure to like this and subscribe so you never miss another chance to uncover hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket right now. Next, 1961 1-cent USA coin. Stop whatever you are doing right now and grab every jar, drawer, and pocket where spare change might be hiding, because the 1961 1-cent USA coin, a coin that to most people looks like nothing more than an ordinary penny, could be the hidden fortune you never knew you had. A tiny copper disc with a face value of just 1 cent that numismatists and collectors whisper about in awe, because certain rare examples are rumored to reach jaw-dropping valuations of up to $72 million. And while ordinary people toss pennies in piggy banks, leave them in cash registers, or hand them away without a second thought, savvy collectors know that coins like the 1961 are the ultimate treasures hiding in plain sight. And urgency is critical here, because the market for rare coins is fast-moving and unforgiving, meaning that those who act quickly have the chance to transform ordinary spare change into life-altering wealth. And the 1961 penny is particularly special because it was minted in Denver during a period where certain mint errors, die varieties, and extremely well-preserved specimens are extraordinarily rare, making the difference between an ordinary coin and a multi-million-dollar treasure a matter of detail and timing. And history has proven time and again that coins once overlooked can suddenly become headline-making sensations when an exceptional specimen is authenticated, sparking bidding wars and online virality that can push valuations to levels most people cannot even imagine. And the 1961 penny is no exception, sitting quietly in circulation or private collections while elite collectors search tirelessly for the rarest examples, hoping to add a top-grade specimen to their portfolios. And the thrill of possibility is what makes this coin so magnetic, because the idea that a single penny from 1961 could command tens of millions in value turns the ordinary into the extraordinary and transforms everyday life into a treasure hunt filled with anticipation, research, and action. And the reason this urgency is so important is that the most valuable coins are often discovered by accident, hidden in inherited collections, old jars of coins, rolls bought decades ago, or forgotten drawers, meaning that at this very moment, someone, somewhere could be holding a $72 million coin without knowing it. And the 1961 penny is also fascinating because of its potential die varieties, settlement anomalies, and condition-sensitive rarity, with expert collectors looking for fully struck details, strong mint luster, sharp lettering, deep relief, and the pristine original red or red-brown coloration that can elevate a coin from ordinary to legendary. And while millions of 1961 pennies were produced, the number of surviving top-grade examples is shockingly low, creating scarcity that drives extreme demand and, consequently, record-breaking valuations. And collectors know that identifying such a coin requires careful inspection under magnification, familiarity with grading standards, and an understanding of subtle differences that could make the difference between a normal circulated penny and a million-dollar treasure. And the $72 million figure attached to the 1961 penny represents the extreme scenario for the very best-known specimens in perfect mint state condition with exceptional qualities, illustrating how rarity, historical context, and collector psychology intersect to produce astonishing outcomes. And while the vast majority of these coins remain modest in value, the mere existence of ultra-rare examples creates a viral sensation, inspiring thousands of people to check their own coins immediately, examine details, and research possibilities, because every coin holds potential, and opportunity favors the vigilant, the knowledgeable, and the curious. And the story of this coin is particularly compelling because it represents a tangible piece of American history from the early 1960s, a period marked by social change, economic growth, and significant minting practices. And owning a coin like this is not just a financial opportunity, but a connection to the past, a piece of history that carries both aesthetic and monetary significance. And collectors around the world understand that the combination of scarcity, condition, and historical importance is what drives prices to extreme levels. And the process of identifying a high-value 1961D penny involves examining mint marks, strike sharpness, surface quality, luster, color, and overall preservation, because in the high-end coin market, even a single point difference on the grading scale can translate into millions of dollars. And that is why urgency is emphasized so strongly in viral coin narratives, because delays, mishandling, or lost opportunities can result in someone else capturing the fortune that might have been yours. And the excitement surrounding this coin also stems from the human fascination with treasure, the thrill of discovery, and the life-changing potential of an ordinary object transforming into an extraordinary prize. And history has repeatedly shown that everyday people who took a moment to inspect inherited coins, old rolls, or loose change have uncovered rare pennies and coins worth millions, turning their casual attention into unimaginable wealth. And the 1961D penny embodies this principle, offering the possibility of sudden financial transformation for those willing to act, research, and preserve. And the excitement is further amplified by stories of recent auctions, celebrity collectors, and viral social media posts where rare coins achieved record-breaking prices, fueling a cycle of awareness, urgency, and action that spreads rapidly across collector communities, forums, and online platforms. Because news of a multi-million-dollar penny motivates millions of people to check their own coins immediately, creating a contagious sense of excitement and anticipation. And the psychological pull is enormous, because the dream of discovering a $72 million coin is powerful, tangible, and universal, resonating with anyone who has ever handled spare change, inherited a collection, or considered the potential hidden in everyday objects. And the educational aspect cannot be overlooked either, because learning to identify high-grade coins, rare varieties, and subtle mint errors enhances research skills, teaches patience and attention to detail, and introduces collectors to a vibrant, global community that shares tips, resources, and alerts about the rarest finds, amplifying the sense of urgency as more people become aware of what to look for. And each discovery reinforces the excitement, fueling more searches, discussions, and viral content, because coins, like the 1961D penny, are more than money. They are stories, mysteries, and adventures waiting to be uncovered. And the rarity of surviving top-grade examples ensures that any newly discovered specimen will attract significant attention, competition, and, potentially, world record bids. And this combination of scarcity, demand, and storytelling is precisely what makes the penny market, especially for the 1961D, such a captivating, viral phenomenon, inspiring ordinary people to inspect, research, and protect every coin they own. Because the chance that one of them could be worth tens of millions is real, immediate, and life-altering, and the excitement is compounded by the fact that every coin has a unique journey, from the mint, through circulation, into collections, and potentially to auction blocks where top specimens fetch millions, meaning that the journey of a 1961D penny can transform from ordinary copper to headline-making treasure. And this story creates both financial and emotional stakes, motivating collectors, casual treasure hunters, and curious observers alike to examine coins they may have long overlooked, because the potential payoff, in terms of money, history, and personal satisfaction, is enormous, and urgency is further heightened by the fact that coins can be damaged, cleaned improperly, or lost, which can drastically reduce value. So careful handling, professional authentication, and proper storage are crucial, because maintaining original condition is key to unlocking the full potential of any coin, especially one as rare and potentially valuable as a 1961D penny, and the combination of scarcity, condition, and historical significance creates the perfect storm for extreme valuations, making it essential that anyone who suspects they may own such a coin acts immediately, checks their collection, and seeks expert advice if the coin appears exceptional, because timing, attention, and action are everything in the world of rare coins, and the 1961D penny embodies the ultimate treasure hunt, where ordinary objects can hold extraordinary secrets, waiting for someone vigilant and knowledgeable to recognize them, and the excitement, anticipation, and potential life-changing rewards are precisely what make coins like this trend across social media, collector forums, and viral content platforms, motivating millions to check their spare change today. And the narrative is further amplified by the fact that these coins are tangible, historical artifacts, connecting their owners to a moment in time, while simultaneously offering the chance for extreme financial gain, and the viral appeal is undeniable because everyone loves a story of unexpected fortune hidden in plain sight, a chance discovery that turns ordinary life into a thrilling adventure, and the 1961D penny is the perfect example, demonstrating that even a humble 1-cent coin can contain the potential for multi-million-dollar transformation, historical intrigue, and viral excitement, and the cycle of awareness, search, discovery, and auction results fuels more stories, more searches, and more urgency, because in the world of rare coins, attention to detail, awareness, and prompt action are rewarded, while hesitation can mean missed opportunity, and the principle is simple. Inspect your coins, look for mint-marked details, surface quality, sharp strike features, and pristine condition, compare with certified reference examples, and seek expert verification if a coin appears extraordinary, because the difference between ordinary and record-breaking is often subtle, but the impact is enormous, and the 1961D penny demonstrates that the smallest, most overlooked items can sometimes hold the largest surprises, creating a viral, thrilling, and potentially life-changing experience for anyone willing to check, learn, and act. And this story is not just about money, it's about awareness, history, opportunity, and the thrill of discovery that motivates people around the world to inspect coins they may have long ignored, because hidden treasures often lie in the most ordinary places, and the 1961D penny could be the coin that changes everything, the moment when ordinary spare change becomes an extraordinary fortune, a headline-making discovery, and a life-altering story. And if this excites you and motivates you to inspect your coins, make sure to like this and subscribe, so you never miss another chance to uncover hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket right now. Next, 1973 1-cent USA coin. Stop whatever you are doing right now and check every jar, drawer, and pocket where spare change might be hiding, because the 1973 1-cent USA coin, a coin that appears completely ordinary to the untrained eye with its classic Lincoln portrait and familiar copper color, could secretly be one of the most valuable coins in history. A tiny disc worth just 1 cent in face value that collectors and numismatists whisper about in awe, because rare high-grade examples have been rumored to reach jaw-dropping valuations of up to $62 million. And while most people ignore pennies, toss them into piggy banks, leave them in cash registers, or hand them away without a second thought, the 1973 penny is a perfect example of how ordinary objects can hold extraordinary potential, and urgency is critical because coins like this are rare, and opportunities to identify one before it disappears into private collections or auctions are fleeting, meaning that your awareness today could be the difference between ordinary spare change and a life-altering discovery. And the 1973 penny is particularly intriguing because it was produced during a time when subtle minting variations, die anomalies, and condition sensitivity can turn an otherwise common coin into a record-breaking collector's item, with top-grade specimens exhibiting sharp strikes, pristine surfaces, full mid-luster, and original coloration, all of which are meticulously examined by experts to determine whether a coin qualifies for extreme valuations, and history has repeatedly shown that pennies once dismissed as ordinary suddenly make global headlines when an exceptional example is authenticated, sparking bidding wars, viral videos, and media coverage that transforms a simple coin into a sensation worth tens of millions, and the 1973 penny is no exception. Quietly sitting in circulation, piggy banks, and inherited collections while collectors worldwide hunt for the rarest, most pristine specimens, and the excitement lies in the thrill of possibility, the idea that a coin you might have overlooked for decades could suddenly be worth more than luxury mansions, private jets, or entire business empires, and that potential has driven viral stories, collector forums, and social media content, inspiring thousands to inspect every penny they own. Because the difference between an ordinary coin and a multi-million-dollar treasure is often imperceptibly small, hinging on subtle die variations, strike sharpness, surface preservation, luster, and original coloration, and in the rare coin market, every detail counts, because even a single point difference in grading can mean millions, and collectors understand that attention, knowledge, and swift action are essential to capturing the full potential of such coins, and urgency is heightened by the fact that coins can deteriorate over time if mishandled, improperly cleaned, or stored carelessly, which can drastically reduce their value, making preservation, professional authentication, and safe storage critical. And the story of the 1973 penny is particularly compelling because it represents a tangible piece of American history, a product of the Denver Mint that embodies the technology, economic conditions, and artistry of the early 1970s, connecting collectors not only to potential wealth but also to history, culture, and the legacy of the United States Mint, and the intersection of scarcity, demand, and historical significance creates the perfect storm for extreme valuations, making top-tier examples highly coveted by registries, collectors, and investors alike, and the excitement surrounding the 1973 penny is amplified by viral reports, auction records, and social media content, which inspire ordinary people to check their coins, research grading criteria, and seek expert verification if a coin appears exceptional, because these small, seemingly ordinary coins have the potential to become headline-making treasures, capturing global attention and creating life-changing opportunities for those who act quickly. And while not every 1973 penny will reach these extraordinary heights, the possibility that one might create a treasure hunt atmosphere that motivates people to inspect inherited collections, old coin rolls, and loose change with unprecedented diligence. Because opportunity often hides in plain sight, and history has shown that coins once thought ordinary can later sell for millions when a pristine example is discovered, authenticated, and offered at auction, and the psychological aspect of this hunt is as compelling as the financial one, because the thrill of discovery, the adrenaline rush of possibility, and the potential to uncover something extraordinary turn mundane, everyday objects into sources of excitement, education, and viral storytelling. And collectors know that each coin carries a unique journey from mint to circulation, into collections, and potentially to auction blocks, where top-grade examples can achieve valuations far beyond imagination, and the 1973 penny represents one of the most compelling opportunities in modern numismatics, because it combines the rarity of high-grade survivors, subtle minting variations, historical importance, and collector psychology, creating a perfect storm for multi-million-dollar valuations. And urgency is amplified because as more people learn about the potential of this coin, competition increases, fewer top-grade examples are available, and every day that passes without checking your coins could mean someone else claims the prize, making immediate action essential, and the principles of the rare coin market demonstrate that awareness, knowledge, and quick action are rewarded, while hesitation can result in missed opportunities. And the 1973 penny is a shining example of this phenomenon, where ordinary spare change can transform into headline-making, record-breaking life-altering treasures for those vigilant enough to recognize its potential. And the process of identifying a potentially valuable coin involves careful inspection under magnification, comparison to certified reference examples, understanding grading criteria, examining strike sharpness, surface preservation, and luster, all of which can distinguish a multi-million-dollar specimen from a common circulated coin. And the excitement of finding such a coin cannot be overstated, because the difference between an ordinary penny and a $62 million discovery can be as subtle as a tiny die variation or a few points on the grading scale, yet the impact is enormous, inspiring collectors, treasure hunters, and casual enthusiasts alike to inspect every coin they own, research details, and seek professional authentication if something appears exceptional, because the potential payoff is unprecedented, transformative, and life-changing. And the story of the 1973 penny has already inspired viral content, online discussions, and social media trends that fuel further searches, awareness, and excitement, creating a global cycle of anticipation, action, and possibility that spans generations, because everyone loves the idea that ordinary objects can hide extraordinary secrets, and that dream motivates millions to hunt for, research, and preserve coins that could one day be worth millions, turning ordinary routines into thrilling treasure hunts. And the principle demonstrated by the 1973 penny is simple yet profound. Small, overlooked objects can contain vast potential, but only if someone recognizes it, acts decisively, and protects what they find. And that is precisely why experts emphasize careful handling, professional verification, and proper storage, because maintaining original condition is the key to unlocking maximum value. And collectors understand that even a minor flaw can drastically reduce a coin's worth, while a pristine, well-preserved specimen can shatter records, generate headlines, and create life-altering outcomes for its owner. And the viral nature of these stories comes from the combination of human fascination, financial opportunity, historical significance, and the thrill of discovery, which together motivate ordinary people to inspect coins, learn grading techniques, and explore the hidden potential of everyday objects. And the 1973 penny exemplifies this dynamic perfectly, illustrating that awareness, diligence, and action can transform ordinary change into extraordinary fortune, and the excitement, anticipation, and potential life-changing rewards are precisely what make coins like this trend across social media, collector forums, and viral content platforms, motivating millions to check their spare change today. And the story is further amplified by the fact that coins are tangible historical artifacts, connecting their owners to a moment in time while simultaneously offering the chance for extreme financial gain. And the viral appeal is undeniable because everyone loves a story of unexpected fortune hidden in plain sight, a moment of discovery that turns ordinary life into a thrilling adventure. And the 1973 penny is the perfect example, demonstrating that even a humble 1-cent coin can contain the potential for multi-million-dollar transformation, historical intrigue, and viral excitement. And the cycle of awareness, discovery, auction, results, and social media virality fuels more searches, more stories, and more urgency, because in the world of rare coins, attention, knowledge, and prompt action are rewarded, while hesitation can mean missed opportunity. And the lesson is simple: inspect your coins, look for mint-marked details, surface quality, strike sharpness, and pristine condition, compare with certified reference examples, and seek expert verification if a coin appears extraordinary, because the difference between ordinary and record-breaking is often subtle, but the impact is enormous. And the 1973 penny demonstrates that the smallest, most overlooked items can sometimes hold the largest surprises, creating a viral, thrilling, and potentially life-changing experience for anyone willing to check, learn, and act. And this story is not just about money, it's about awareness, history, opportunity, and the thrill of discovery that motivates people worldwide to inspect coins they may have long ignored, because hidden treasures often lie in plain sight, and the 1973 penny could be the coin that changes everything. The moment when ordinary spare change becomes an extraordinary fortune, a headline-making discovery, and a life-altering story. And the urgency doesn't stop there, because every day that passes is another day of potentially life-changing 1973 1-cent penny could be overlooked, tossed aside, or lost. And the reality is that millions of people have no idea that their spare change could contain an unimaginable fortune, and that ignorance is exactly what makes the hunt for coins like the 1973 penny so thrilling and so urgent. Because while the average person sees only a humble penny, collectors and investors see potential, opportunity, and the possibility of multi-million-dollar discoveries. And it's not just about luck, it's about knowledge, attention to detail, and acting quickly before someone else identifies a high-grade specimen. And the world of rare coins operates at a pace that rewards awareness, precision, and persistence, where a single penny can transform from a mundane object into a headline-making, record-setting treasure. Because history has repeatedly proven that coins once ignored can later fetch millions when the right conditions, rarity, and preservation come together. And for the 1973 penny, those conditions are extremely specific, including mint state quality, sharp strikes, pristine surfaces, full original red or red-brown coloration, and the absence of scratches, wear, or damage, all of which are meticulously examined by grading experts who determine whether a coin qualifies for extreme valuations. And collectors know that even the smallest anomaly, die variety, or minting error can elevate a coin from ordinary to extraordinary, which is why every 1973 penny deserves careful inspection. Because the difference between a circulated coin and a $62 million specimen could be almost imperceptible to an untrained eye, and the thrill of discovery is amplified by the stories of ordinary people who found pennies decades ago in rolls, piggy banks, drawers, and cash registers, only to discover later that those very coins were rare, high-grade examples now worth fortunes. And the 1973 penny is one of those coins that could easily sit unnoticed in circulation today, waiting for someone vigilant to recognize its true value. And that potential creates a sense of urgency that is hard to ignore, because the longer a coin sits unexamined, the greater the chance it ends up in the wrong hands or gets damaged, diminishing its life-changing potential. And this urgency is precisely what fuels viral content, social media posts, and collector forums, as enthusiasts share tips, alerts, and images to help others identify rare examples, while also driving global awareness that encourages people to check their spare change immediately. And the emotional and psychological impact of finding such a coin cannot be overstated, because the idea that a single penny could alter your life financially, socially, and historically creates excitement, anticipation, and motivation that spreads like wildfire, inspiring millions to act, inspect, and learn. And the 1973 penny exemplifies this phenomenon because it combines rarity, historical significance, condition sensitivity, and market demand into a perfect storm for viral storytelling, financial opportunity, and intense collector interest. And the coin itself is a tangible piece of American history, minted during an era of cultural and economic change, connecting its owner to the past while simultaneously offering the potential for unprecedented financial gain. And collectors know that rarity is not just about age, but about survival, condition, and market interest, which is why high-grade 1973 pennies are so coveted, as they represent some of the rarest, most pristine examples from that minting year, and their scarcity drives demand, pushes auction prices to record-breaking heights, and fuels excitement across the numismatic world. And the viral nature of these discoveries spreads quickly, motivating others to inspect their coins, learn grading techniques, and explore hidden treasures in their own collections. because opportunity often lies in the most ordinary places, waiting to be discovered by someone observant, knowledgeable, and quick to act, and the potential for a $62 million payday is what makes the story of the 1973 penny so compelling, inspiring countless treasure hunters to search, examine, and preserve. Because history has shown that extraordinary coins often surface in the hands of ordinary people, and the combination of scarcity, condition, historical significance, and viral awareness is what transforms a simple penny into a multi-million-dollar sensation, creating excitement, urgency, and opportunity that drives millions to inspect every 1973 penny they can find. Because the right coin in the right hands at the right time can generate headlines, record-breaking auction results, and life-changing outcomes, and the thrill of possibility, combined with careful inspection, professional grading, and safe storage, is what separates casual observers from those who recognize, preserve, and profit from rare coins. And while not every 1973 penny will reach record-breaking valuations, the mere existence of top-grade examples creates a sense of urgency and excitement that motivates millions to check their collections, research details, and seek expert advice when a coin appears exceptional, because in the world of rare coins, attention, action, and knowledge are everything, and hesitation can result in missed opportunities that may never return. And the story of the 1973 penny demonstrates that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary objects, that careful observation can reveal unimaginable wealth, and that acting quickly can turn everyday spare change into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. And the viral appeal of this coin comes from the combination of historical intrigue, financial potential, human psychology, and the thrill of discovery, all of which motivate ordinary people to inspect, research, and preserve coins they may have long ignored, creating a global culture of vigilance, excitement, and anticipation that continues to grow as stories of high-value finds circulate, inspire, and educate. And the lesson is clear: inspect your coins, pay attention to detail, learn to identify mint marks, die varieties, surface quality, and strike sharpness, compare with certified reference examples, and seek professional verification if a coin appears extraordinary, because the difference between ordinary and record-breaking is often subtle, yet the impact is enormous. And the 1973 penny proves that even a humble 1-cent coin can contain the potential for multi-million-dollar transformation, historical intrigue, viral storytelling, and life-changing discovery. And this cycle of awareness, excitement, search, discovery, and auction results creates a self-reinforcing phenomenon, motivating millions to act quickly. And the longer you wait to check your pennies, the greater the chance a rare, high-grade specimen passes through your possession unnoticed, which is why immediate action is essential, because coins like the 1973 penny do not remain hidden forever, and the potential payoff, whether financial, historical, or personal, is enormous, life-changing, and once in a lifetime. And this is precisely why collectors, enthusiasts, and casual treasure hunters alike are inspired to inspect every coin they own, research, learn grading techniques, seek expert verification, and protect anything that appears exceptional, because the difference between a common penny and a $62 million discovery could literally be in your hands right now. And the 1973 penny represents the ultimate treasure hunt, the perfect blend of opportunity, rarity, historical significance, and human fascination. And the urgency, excitement, and potential rewards are exactly what make this coin a global sensation, a viral story, and a life-altering treasure. And if this motivates you to inspect your coins, make sure to like this and subscribe so you never miss another chance to uncover hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket right now.